Hello again, YTPC. Welcome back to the channel. Me enjoying another pipe. How's everyone doing? Smoking my 7LA320KS Roma Lucite. In it this morning, I reached for my Sun Bear small batch Tupelo. I believe it was 2022. I'm enjoying it very much. My ongoing issue right now, it's been an issue since I started acquiring pipe tobacco. I'm probably over 120 blends in now, different blends I have on hand. And the more I get, the harder it is for me to reach for different things. Right now, I'm really just wanting to smoke the Solani Aged Burley Flake and McBaron Burley London blend. But I'm forcing myself to reach for other blends that I know I like. It's an issue, actually. I mean, the more tobacco that I acquire, it seems like the more I have to think about what I want to smoke from day to day. And I've tried different things, assigning different blends for a week, and I just reach for, other things the things that I'm enjoying right now. Anyway, yesterday was a good day. We went to a late breakfast with the daughter, her fiance. We did a little shopping after that. It was a fun morning. Grilled out in the afternoon. Pretty much stayed home. This is the first 4th of July weekend in the past 4 years we did not camp due to projected weather. Tomorrow, we're expecting some rain today, more tomorrow, and some Sunday, so camping was out. Haven't really got to use the camper that much so far this year just because of weather. But anyway, it was an enjoyable day. Wife decided to get a new part-time job. I think just due to boredom, me not being here, she gets bored, so she decided to take on which she is enjoying. She had to work today. Not sure she really wanted to, but that's what she's doing. Going through the channels I'm subscribed to, as usual, just finding awesome stuff. There is a little bit of a rub going on between Professor Walker and the Pipecottage. At least with Professor Walker. I don't know how much really is going on from the other side, but he took offense to just one video from him, and you have to check it out. It's worth looking at. It's basically about, the idea of slavery. There were some comments made from one, the other didn't like it. It's kind of an ongoing thing right now. My opinion about slavery is it's just part of history. This is why it's good to know and study history. The world was a completely different place, after we gained our independence. I mean, it was another almost 100 years, slavery was a thing. And it almost, we had the Civil War. It almost destroyed our country. We almost lost our country due to the Civil War, to fight slavery, to end slavery. And, without the United States, without the Civil War, I think slavery probably would have kept up for quite a lot longer time. Not that there's not slavery today. It's a different type of slavery, but it's not legal anywhere today. I think many people tend to forget just how many people are enslaved to this day, depending on how you look at it. I'm sure most people are aware of the human trafficking problem. That's slavery. I mean, these people are being held against their will, doing things against their will. And of course, you have many who are actually in positions of power, whether it be corporate, whether it be government, who benefit from that. Many people, like myself, tend to believe we're still stuck in a slavery, our time, our labor. It is because of our monetary system, because of the way the world is, you pretty much cannot live, or at least have a good quality of life, without working your ass off, especially right now. I look at my paycheck every week and I try to figure out what part of my work week did the government contribute, to where they're taking almost half of my check. It kind of makes you feel like a slave. I don't think I'll get too many people to disagree with that fact. But anyway, check out their channels and you'll get a lot better perspective of what it's all about. I am not even going to dive into all of that. But at the same time, each of them have the right to, express their beliefs on their channel. You will usually agree with one and disagree with the other. That's how it works. When you live in a free-thinking society, that's what we're supposed to be. Far from it, but that's what we're supposed to be. That's what we're fighting to. That's what we're fighting to become. I don't think we ever were, but at least the battle is ongoing. That would be a true utopia, to have a free-thinking society, no interference in how you think, how you research things, that nature. We may get there one day. We may not. The powers that be definitely do not want that. They do not want a citizenry that thinks for themselves. They don't need the media to tell them what to believe, what opinion to keep with whatever issue. Local issue. Many of you might not know this. John Deere. Many people look at John Deere. I mean, that's a staple of America right there. They're laying off almost 1,000 people permanently to move work to Mexico in Iowa and northern Illinois. That might not seem like a lot of people, but trust me, there's a lot of manufacturers in this region that absolutely need John Deere for them to start moving plants out of the States to Mexico. That's not good. That's just one example. It's happening a lot. Just the sheer cost of things, it's really, I'm not defending these companies for doing it, but at the same time, they're a company, they're a corporation. They have investors, they have board of directors, they have it's how it works in that world. And when energy, basically, the cost of energy, the cost of producing things gets so high that, it's cutting into their profits, they're going to eradicate that somehow. They're going to figure out something. And there's not a lot of ways to do that other than produce the shit where it's a lot cheaper. They don't have all the regulations. They don't have to deal with the government bullshit, pay all the taxes. It's what it is. It's sad. But does how you vote, who you vote for, have an effect on that? I tend to believe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I just can kind of look back, when we were getting the mean tweets and cheap gas. I remember something happening to where that president made it a lot more expensive to ship things back into the United States, and a lot of shit came back in short order. But he did tweet mean tweets, so he shouldn't be president again. That kind of crosses the line, I guess. Just say no, I'm voting for him again. Anyway, I'm sure you probably, wherever you live, you're seeing instances like that, where you're just seeing companies getting the fuck out of Dodge. They can't. They just can't make the amount of money that they need to make to appease their investors. So they really don't have any options, to be honest. I mean, they probably do have some, but this is the easiest. Think about that. Spending millions and millions of dollars to retool a plant out of the United States, and it's cheaper than staying here. We actually do some business, our company, in Mexico. It's usually they give us the choice whether we want to do them jobs. You make more money. I'm going to choose to not. It's just not worth it to me. I'd rather just so yeah, it's there's always things to think about when it comes election time. I haven't really discussed the first debate much, but after that, I'm not quite sure how many debates we're going to see. If we're going to see another one, it went so poorly for one side. You know, Trump's not really a debater. He hasn't been in politics his entire life. I'm still trying to figure out why Biden, his camp actually asked for like a week or 2 weeks to debate prep. Why? You've been debating for 50 years. Why do you need time to debate prep? When your opponent doesn't have a clue how to debate, really. I thought he did pretty well, but he is not a professional politician. He does not. That is not his strong suit. But yeah, whether or not we see another one, that's a big question. I would be surprised. Also, there was a lot of talk right after that debate about the Democrats putting someone else in besides Sleepy Joe. I realized that there's a number of states, I'm not quite sure, I might have mentioned this in a previous video, Nevada, there's like 5 or 6, Georgia is one of them, states that the Democrats absolutely cannot lose. They need it. They need him. If they replace him now, the person they replace him with won't even be on the ballot. So I don't think you'll see him replacing him with anyone. You'll probably see a lot of, I mean, you're already not hearing much about the debate. They're pretty much trying to get as many people to forget about it, as at least Democrats, as they can. There'll be more and more distractions, I'm sure, coming down the road. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. There could be a lot of things that happen. Not only just not having more debates, they could literally, something happen to where they have to, start bringing in National Guard, civil unrest. We can't have an election. Who knows? But I would not be shocked by any stretch to see something like that. Because the Democrats are in serious trouble. Granted, yes, they have millions and millions of brainwashed people who it doesn't matter how much they're paying for groceries, how much they're paying for utilities, how much their mortgage is. They're going to vote Democrat regardless. It has nothing to do with any of that. But once it gets time to where even they just cannot tolerate what they're seeing, that's when you'll see that. You'll see some reason, something happened where they'll have to implement martial law. There won't be an election. We'll have another pandemic. We'll have something. Mark my words. But either way, it's, a lot of us are just sitting on the edge of our seat waiting for the hammer to drop, But anyway, weather is beautiful right now. I'm just going to continue to enjoy my pipe, enjoy the weather. I hope many of you don't have to work today. Enjoy your long weekend. Always want to thank everybody who comes to the channel, checks out the channel. And until next time, keep them lit.